Here we're going to look at how to create a loan amortization schedule. A person gets a 4-year, $1,000 loan at 5% to be paid back in 4 equal payments at the end of each year. Let's create an amortization schedule. First, we need to calculate the payment. We can use this formula right here, where PV is the loan amount and R is the interest rate, or 0.05. Solving this formula, the payment will be $282.01, and that'll be paid at the end of each year for the next 4 years. A simple way to calculate this payment is to use the following formula in Excel. You put equal PMT, and in parentheses you put the key features of the loan, the 5% interest rate, the number of periods, 4, and the loan amount. This $282.01 consists of 2 parts. Part of the payment pays back the principal, the $1,000 of borrowed funds. The other part pays interest on the outstanding loan balance. The interest payment part becomes relatively smaller over time as the loan balance falls. So the loan payment, again, the $282.01, is part interest, part principal payment. So in year 1, for example, at the beginning of the year, the person received the $1,000 loan. The interest charge for that year is going to be 1,000 times 0.05, or $50. So $50 of this $282.01 represents the interest payment. The remaining part represents the part that will pay down the loan. Therefore, $50 out of the $282.01 payment represents the interest payment. The remaining part, $282.01 minus the interest payment, reduces the loan balance to $767.99. So at the start of the second year, there's $776.99 outstanding. You'll pay interest at 5% on that outstanding balance, meaning your interest part of that loan payment in the second year will represent a slightly smaller amount, this time $38.40. This will be easier to look at in a table. So here's our table. We've got a bunch of columns, end of year, 1 through 4. The loan payment, again, is equal. That's a fixed reoccurring payment that happens at the end of each year. And this column B, this is the principal at the beginning of the year. So at the beginning of the year, you have $1,000. You get this $1,000 loan. The interest payment is 0.05 times 1,000, or $50. So out of this $202.01 payment, $50 of that represents the interest payment. So you're really paying down only $232.01 of this $1,000. So at the end of the year principal, or outstanding loan balance, is $767.99. So at the second year, you're going to have $767.99 of this loan outstanding for the year. The interest payment is 5% of that $767, or $38.40. That means your principal payment, the $282 minus $38.40, you'll be paying down now roughly $243 of that loan in the second year, leaving you a loan balance at the end of the year of $524.38. And then this process repeats. So at the beginning of the third year, you have $524 outstanding of the loan. Interest on that at 5% means $26.22 of your fixed loan payment represents the interest payment. The remaining part pays down the principal, and so on. So we finally get into our last year. You have $268.59 of the loan outstanding. 5% of that for a year means you'll have a $13.43 payment for interest. So you'll be paying off then $282 minus $13.43, the remainder of the loan. There's a small rounding error. I'm just going to ignore that. So that is a loan amortization schedule. And as you can see here, as the loan progresses over time, the interest payment becomes relatively smaller. The principal payment becomes relatively larger. All right, that's it.